guys, what's up? Your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you for tuning in. Now look, I know I'm a little bit late with this review that we're about to do, but I figured let me go ahead and at least knock out the finale because I missed the past couple of episodes, and so we're gonna get into Life After Lockup. This was the finale. Of course there was some drama, but I feel like this season was a pretty, typical messy season. So let's go ahead and get into Life After Lockup so I can go ahead and do Love and Marriage Huntsville as well as Real Housewives of Potomac. If you guys haven't seen the episode of Shoot the Shit, y'all make sure to go check that out, where I was talking about everything from 50 Cent to, Cynthia Mike Hill to Neo to just everybody. Y'all make sure to check that out, okay? I might do another episode of Shoot the Shits because we need to talk about Miss Lotto versus Nicki Minaj, Kanye and his just dumb freaking Drink Champs interview. Yeah, and a couple of other things. So y'all make sure just to stay tuned. But right now, like I said, let's go ahead and get into Life After Lockup. I know you guys, y'all like my Life After Lockup review, so I'm going to go ahead and do this finale for y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to knock out the easy one. Britney and Ray, they got married. Ray looked really good for what, time restraint that they had and for everything. Britney finally got the blessing of her father. He's like, you've been hanging around, you've proven that you're a good man, so I'm going to give you the blessing. So they ended up getting married. I mean, now we know that Britney and Ray are no longer together. Allegedly, Ray stepped out on her. Doesn't surprise me, honestly. We want to be real. Britney's a piece of work. She's a piece of work. That doesn't make it justified, but I just know justified what he was doing, but I just know that Britney's a piece of work. So they got married. Everything was cute. Britney's dress was not it though. Like, y'all know she top heavy. So when you're top heavy, you got to try to get a dress that's flattering in a way that can accentuate. But she is the unfortunate like top heavy, like double negative combination, which is being top heavy and then flat bootied. Like, she does got a little something back there, but she's square. So she, she's straight up and down built at the same time. So the dress that she picked wasn't necessarily the most flattering, if you ask me. But, the reception, everything, ceremony was cute. They jumped the broom, congratulations. Of course, Ray went out and got too turned up the night before, but he made it with his sunglasses on and everything. Who else can we knock out really fast? Chaz and Branwin. We know Branwin been playing him from the get-go. I don't want to say playing him, but there was definitely a little bit of scheming on the back end of, I think up front she thought she had feelings for him. She was trying to do something different by going for the man, that, would offer her a little bit more security. But with that, Chaz is a creep. All he was doing was trying to get her to, to put her hand in his pants. Every time he was with her, all he wanted to get to was the sex. Chaz, we get it. You're moving like the 40-year-old version. You were a kid that didn't get none, growing up. Probably lost your virginity later on in life. I don't know. You just seem like that guy who didn't get a lot of play growing up. And so you start picking these vulnerable women in prison and using your money to lure them in, feeling like they're gonna fall in love with you later on in life. But that's not how it works, homeboy. Here it is, you done got married to the 5th girl. Like, Chaz, there's something going on with you that you're not admitting. Tawny, I don't know. Tawny had it out for Miss Branwin. She did. I guess Tawny was Yola's ex-girlfriend, or I think so, or no, her is Yola's friend's girlfriend or something like that. Somebody's ex-girlfriend in relation to I know it was Bronwyn's friend's ex-girlfriend. I think that's what it was, or girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Nonetheless, she don't fuck with Branwin because she feel like you can't be friends with my boy, with my man. So she's the one to let Chaz know she's still on these websites. She's still out here hooking, prostituting, and whoring, okay, out here on these streets. And she's making money, and then, acting like that's not what she's doing. At first, Branwin tried to give us the excuse of, oh, my friend is paying me to post pictures for her. But then when you go and look the little description box on her page, that little description box that homie wrote looked just like her friend Tara house. Is it Tara? Yeah, I think it's Tara, just like her friend Tara house, with the mirror up on the ceiling and graffiti on the wall. Oh, you bitches is hooking together. This sounds like like some grade A brothel shit that y'all got going on. So nonetheless, Chaz is feeling so distraught and heartbroken. Like, nigga, you set yourself up. All the red flags were there, but you were ignoring them. You were trying to force her to marry you. You were trying to force her to sleep with you. She did it out of sympathy, trying to get you up off her ass because you wasn't letting it go. She finally did it. I mean, you paid for it. Like you said, everybody was a John. I'm just the dumbest John who spent the most. I said, he threw the ring in the ocean. Branwin, her dumb ass got back with Yola. You know, she got arrested and spent time in jail for Yola. I be damned if I spend hard time for any nook. I be damned. Going to jail for a man? Oh no. And come to find out he took off with another girl. Like, he's done her dirty like 2 or 3 times. She got arrested for him. He ran off with another girl, then came back, got back with her. Like, you know, Branwin, I really want you to go get your insecurities and just your traumas and everything figured out, because accepting that type of behavior from a man who honestly can't even really get a job at Pizza Hut if he wanted to because his face is so tatted up, like, I just couldn't do it. Like, I guess. But y'all see the update in the end, she got arrested again for violating her parole, and I'm sure half of that got to do with Yola. Of course, Yola's feeding her all the bullshit. Oh yeah, you know, we can do this. We can start together. We can work on things. You know, I realize I should have done better. All that BS that men be saying, trying to get back in the girl's good graces. You know, I just want to do what's best for us. All that type of shit. Y'all know what it is. Yada yada yada. Branwin fell for it. They started kissing and whatnot. Polo Chaz, just go home and lick your wounds and try not to find another inmate. Period. Moving on. Tayler and Chance. So y'all know Tayler is pregnant. She is a pregnant, and she's at the house. And I'm gonna let y'all know I watched this episode once. So if I missed anything, I apologize. And I actually watched it on YouTube. Y'all know YouTube sometimes be cutting out the shit so they don't get no flags or nothing. But from what I saw of Tayler and Chance, something going on with Chance to make it feel like he can spend all this motherfucking money. Like, bruh, we get it. You got a job. You found out you got good credit. But what is going on, sir? Here he is spending $150 on jackets. I'm with Tayler. You could have used that money for something else. Like, we already got, what is it? Is it 2 daughters? 2 or 3 daughters? How many does she have? 1, 2. I think it's 2 daughters. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So she already has 2 daughters, and you're adding a 3rd child to it. $150 for a jacket? Like she said, where's the receipt? And so as she's talking to him about, you know, I really felt like that money could have went towards something else, he cutting her off with the, oh, this jacket looks really good on you. Like, oh yeah, you look really, really nice. Like, he does not consider what she's saying at all, like, ever. And so I really feel like that's why Tayler is not wanting to marry him, because at the end of the day, she don't trust him. Honestly, at the end of the day, Tayler does not trust him, and he's not doing a good job of making decisions and including her in them as if she would be a partner in the situation. And that's something a lot of women deal with, which is being with the man who feels like, oh, I'm the leader of the house, so whatever I say goes, you just ride with me. And it's like, but what if I see something that works a little bit better? What if I see something that, you know, could benefit us a little bit more? Like, I'm just supposed to shut the fuck up and just let you go? Tayler is literally sitting there watching Chance spend all this damn money. And if we're supposed to be moving into the house and preparing for a baby, babies ain't cheap, y'all, if y'all haven't noticed. With inflation, you know, a couple of years ago, I think they said from 1 to 18, this was maybe 10 years ago, 5, maybe 10 years ago. I remember there was a study, no, 2018, that's what it was. In 2018, there was a study that from how much it was to raise a child. And from birth to 18 at that time was $250,000. Right? Y'all, it's 2022, getting ready to go on 23. $250,000 don't even scratch the motherfucking surface. Okay? So Chance and all this extra spending on trucks and getting it all souped up and everything and not telling Tayler, that would piss me off. But he always plays it off like, oh, it's just, I just want this special moment. Oh, you know, I just want it to be a surprise. Oh, like, this is for us at the end of the day. No, no, and no. Because if it was really for us, us would have made a decision on it in the beginning. But they have the gender reveal. She, of course, you know, I think they're overall, like, of course, we're hoping for a boy because they already got girls. The dad, everybody showed up. Of course, it was like, oh, is Bobby going to show up? She did. I know Bobby got out of rehab. She's obviously a little nervous and filled with anxiety from getting out. I really hate that Bobby relapse. I really do. I feel like the stress of Chance moving in the house and her moving to the garage, like, pushed her out. And that's what Chance wanted. Because Chance know Bobby was going to be on dead ass, okay? But she's out. They do the gender reveal. He's like, oh, go look. Oh, no. He wanted, I forgot the most important part. Y'all know this nigga wanted a paternity test? He had some nerve to sit there and talk about he wanted a paternity test. He gonna do it behind her back. And so she's like, really? Like, if you bring this up at the gender reveal, like, I'm really gonna be irritated. And he did it. He brought the paper to her. Oh, you know, it's 99.9% that it's my baby. So she's like, yeah, like I said, nigga, this is your baby. I deserve an apology. Oh, I'm sorry that I hurt you. You know, I just wanted to be sure. And so, of course, Taylor's like, well, you know, now that, you know, you got your reassurance, I feel like this would be, you know, better for us. And, you know, it'll help you with doing better in our relationship. So he goes, does that mean we're getting married? Taylor said, I ain't say all that. Like, I ain't say all that now. Like, I ain't say we was getting married. But as they're under, you know, the thing, of course, Chance is like, everybody come out, come look. Everybody looking. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh, bitch. No, it really is a plane. So it's a plane with it's a boy flying across. Everybody's like, you know, yay. All Tayler is thinking, how the fuck, who paid for this and how much was it? And of course, Chance hit her with the, I just want it to be a special moment. And all she's thinking is like, I keep seeing all these things and decisions being made regarding money. And I know in my head, she's thinking, she's starting to become like the daddy off of Everybody Hates Chris, where it's like, cha-ching, cha-ching, you know, cha-ching, cha-ching, like all up in her head. Plane probably cost like $3,000. $3,000 could have been like 10 packs of diapers, you know, 4 packs of, you know, milk, powdered milk, a crib, hell, you know, a bassinet. Like, she is just counting cha-ching, cha-ching. And Chance feels like it's okay. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Bobby finally talks to her dad, and you can tell Bobby's been doing some work because she was very clear and concise on, you know, what bothered her about her dad, which was you were an inconsistent father. There were days you would say, hey, I'm coming, and no show. And he was like, well, you know, I do realize, you know, there were some things I messed up on, but I can't get that time back. The only thing I could try to do is go better from here. And she was like, well, you know, now that you're here, and even if you were to do better, like, at the end of the day, like, you know, as parents, you got to understand what y'all lack affects the rest of how I navigate life. See, it's different because your life is already somewhat going to be what it is. But I have yet to navigate life. And as a child, you putting all this bullshit on me, like, now it's going to affect my future. Thanks a lot for fucking me up. I didn't ask for it, you know? But Bobby basically lets everybody know, like, I'm moving to Arizona. I know it's a lot, but I got to do what's best for me. I'm glad to see that Bobby moved. On the update, it said that she was doing good and got a job. So I'm happy for Bobby in the aspect, like, her sobriety, she's good. I just don't like the fact that Chance basically won with getting her kicked out. Like, I do think had she stayed in the house, though, she would have relapsed, because Chance was going to make every situation for her, like, stressful. And the only thing that is not, like, one of the huge things about people who are recovering is, like, stress. Once they get to a certain level, it just makes them want to get high again so they can forget about all the stress and stuff. And Chance was really good about poking at Bobby. So I'm glad she got away. It's just like, damn, now he there with them daughters. We don't trust his ass. Like, fuck, like, damn, that nigga won. But yeah, you know, update, they got their baby, but Tayler and them still ain't married, okay? Tayler said, I can't do it. Not on duty, not on duty. Moving on, let's talk about Sean, Destinie, and Sara. Destinie keep blowing up this man's phone like he really do owe her some money. She's like, I just feel like that's your problem, Destinie. I just feel. You feel like you're owed money to a man that you're not even with no more. Well, when we were together, he promised me all these things. Right. Because you were his fiance. Bitch, you're not his fiance anymore. Point blank, period. See, what's happening is, Destiny, you're not taking responsibility for your actions. And you're not asking yourself, damn, how did I get myself in this situation? Nor are you really, you're trying to take the easy way out instead of putting your big girl panties on, walking your ass to work, and doing what women who gotta do, you know, what they gotta do. Point blank, period. You want to sit there and blame him and make him responsible for financially taking care of your baby? Fuck that. Like, no. She kept calling him, Sean, you owe me. I feel like you owe me $10,000 for the ring, you know, for the car. He was like, bitch, that ain't your car. That ain't your ring. Like, what? Huh? So he's in the house with the baby, and he's like, oh, Sara keeps saying the baby looks like me, but I swear it's her. Man, they paying to that baby. Bitch, that is Sean. That is Sean without a mustache. That baby is him. She's cute though. Sara overhears when Destiny calls, so she gets up like, who the fuck am I hearing? Like, who the fuck is like, yeah, who the fuck is that bitch? You know, so she hears, who's that on the phone? She's like, what's up? It's me, Destiny. She's like, I know who you are. Like, what you calling for? And basically Destiny was like, look, your man owe me some money. She's like, he don't owe you shit, not over here. Not over here. When my house went in a brand new baby, do you feel like you about to get some money? Not today. I don't know what you think is going to happen, ma'am, but it ain't happening on my watch. You will not get a motherfucking thing from me. So, of course, Destiny's like, well, you know, you think you're not, you know, you think you got, like, you're not, I'm not getting anything out of you. Like, that's a lie. Like, I'm getting my money, you know. She was like, girl, first of all, like, the only reason he was with you is because you got out earlier than me. He never stopped talking to me. They was going back and forth like some idiots do about who man's it is. Like, y'all fighting over dick that really probably ain't even that good. Like, it just looked like Sean. Sean just looked slow. But she's going back and forth with Destiny, and she was like, you ain't getting no money. She's like, girl, you don't even know what you're talking about. Sean and me stuff. There's so much stuff going on behind the scenes. You know, you don't think Sean and I were talking while I was locked up again. She was like, that's a lie. She was like, anything I need to know. I really feel like Sean was talking to Destiny. I think a part of him feels guilty. And Sean is one of those people who really works on not trying to feel like a bad person. So he sends Destiny money and trying not to feel bad. He feels guilty in a way that she's a woman in a shitty situation. And she guilt trips him and he falls for it. But not on Sara's watch, not when we got a child to take care of. Are you going to guilt trip him into sending you some thousands of dollars? The fuck you will. But Destiny was like, girl, he sent me money. He was putting them on my book. She's like, girl, that's a lie because I handle the money. He hands me his checks, boo-boo. So if any money came out, best believe I seen it. And ain't nothing come out. So I'm like, a part of me believes it. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all feel like Sean was putting money on Destiny's books, low key? Y'all think he was? He just had a little bit of money elsewhere, like, and is sending it to Destiny a little bit? Because I kind of feel like he might have been. I really kind of feel like he might have been. Basically, she hangs up. She's like, bitch, bye. You ain't getting nothing over here. And she looks at Sean like, is this what you're doing? You want to call this piece of trash? She's like, why do you keep talking to her? I mean, she called me. She's like, and don't answer the fucking phone. As soon as you hear her voice, hang up. She's like, I don't know why he keeps talking to you. She's like, I don't know why he keeps talking to her. Like, are you slow or something? I was like, well, what's up? Huh?
Not hot.
It's not hot.
It's hot.
They can't see you.
It's hot.
Mm-mm.
It's hot.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. We'll do that later. Sorry, y'all. I'm back. Y'all know how it is when Bam Bam come running through here. She take everything out in sight. Tasmanian devil. But what was I talking about? I was talking about Sara basically letting Sean know. She was like, why do you keep talking to her? Are you slow or something? I was like, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be mean, but Sean's elevator don't go all the way to the top floor. Like, if you ask me, he on the clicking. It don't. Hello, you know. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, is the light on in there? Sean's a little dim. I'm just saying what it is. You know, just trying to, you know, try to snap back into it, okay? But yeah, no, so Destinie, of course, but that didn't go as I expected, and she's sitting with her baby. Girl, you're trying to be lazy, taking the easy way out. You're trying to get Sean to do your responsibilities. Now she's like, well, Sean, you know, it's just me. I got a baby, and you know, the baby's father's in jail. What the fuck that got to do with me? What does that have to do with him, Destinie? Like, you're trying to take the easy way out. Get your ass a job, go to the government system, go to the office, you know, and do what you got to do. But stop copping out and looking for everybody else to blame for your situation. So moving on, Lindsay, you know, Lindsay and Daonte split. Daonte, Polo, what's up, Daonte? How you doing? Is your heart healed and mended since then? Basically, Lindsay comes over, from what I remember, and she tries to give him his shit back, and he's like, man, nah, you know, you keep it, you gotta get, you know, go on better in life. It's a new laptop. You know, it's yours. And so she basically apologizes for how things ended. She does admit that after the whole situation, her and Blaine finally fucked. I wonder what the difference is, like, between Daonte and Blaine. What y'all think the difference is? who y'all think was dicking it down from the bike when it came to Lindsay? Who y'all think was giving it all they got? The right way, okay, downtown. But yeah, basically he was like, my heart hurt, you know, like she was like, I'm sorry, it's just that, you know, it was too much, and I just didn't love, like, I just didn't have feelings like that, Daonte. And he's like, I'm just, you know, I'm sick of love trying to do it. Daonte, you'd be good if you stop trying to get with these motherfucking inmates. Like, it's that simple. Stop trying to date the prison women. Nonetheless, they hug, say bye. Blaine, he's sitting over there waiting, like, what the fuck you gonna do? She come back in the car, he's like, oh, you done? You done for real, for real? She like, yeah, and they kiss. Like, girl, he asked, he was like, oh yeah, that's what, I forgot, Daonte, he asked, like, just let me know, like, have you and Blaine, like, always been together? And she was like, no, you know, we've had feelings, but, you know, never acted on it, which probably is what, like, they've had a friendship, but there's always been kind of like that underlayer. You know, when you friends with somebody, but there's kind of like that underlayer of like, would I fuck you? Like, would we get together? You know, could we? Like, you know, there's always that underlayer on some relationships. And I think that's what Blaine and Lindsay were giving, but she with him all right. Daonte goes home to lick his little wounds. Mama's there. And she's like, the definition of insane is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. You know, he's like, my mom over here hurt. She's like, yeah, I know. But get your big boy boxers on and keep moving on. Any women that's in the inmates, stop DMing my son, because enough is enough. So all of a sudden, we see 2 feet, you know, pitter-pattering up to the door. And we thinking it's Lindsay. And it's like, oh, no, it's the daughter of a co-worker that his mama worked with. Of course, little lily white girl. But mama had, you know, she tried to upgrade Daonte from the inmates. And, you know, for what Daonte's taste is, I definitely would say that she's, you know, one of the best, the better ones. Actually got a good job, not from prison, you know, actually on the outside. So they go outside in the back. He's like, man, you know, this is kind of weird, you know, when my mama, you know, be the matchmaker and stuff. But, I mean, you know, how you doing, whatever. And she's like, well, so is inmates just like your thing? He was like, man, nah, you know. So she was like, he's like, I know sometimes I'm a lot, but I'm a vibe. You know, once you get to know me, I'm a vibe. And so they just kind of sitting there, and she was like, He was like, well, you know, I feel something here. And it was like, with them sitting next to each other, there definitely was a little song. There was definitely a little song, a little tingle between the two. Daonte, are you and old girl together still? If you see this video, drop it in the comments, let me know. Are you still with old girl? Or did y'all just kind of like fucking go separate ways? Because that's also what it was given to. You know, Daonte, I hope you make it. Stop falling in love with inmates and you'll be good. Lindsay, she's with Blaine at his house. You know, daughter, she's just happy to be out of prison. Lindsay did touch on something that pisses me off more than anything. The fact that the United States literally has the highest incarceration rate in the world is just crazy. It's really crazy. But she's gotten out. She's just proud of herself for recovering and, you know, getting a relationship back with her daughter. And that's a really big accomplishment. Although Lindsay is a lot, you know, I am sympathetic to and empathetic to her, you know, doing better and, you know, creating a life better for her daughter and, you know, actually being sober. and try to move in a better direction. They go fishing and all that type of stuff like that. You know, cute little yang yang. Who else was there? Tayler and Chan. Oh, last two. Amber and Puppy. Y'all know Puppy was dealing with her situation. She's like, I just don't feel good. You know, she's sitting with Eric talking about the water. And she's like, I just don't know. You know, like, I'm not well. You know, I've never been in a situation like this before. Eric's like, you know, I ain't too. But, you know, we've been together. He's like, I heard that, you know, when couples go to the city to make sure it makes them or break them. And, you know, I guess we about to see what it's going to do for us. I feel like Puppy's lost. She's like, that's what she said. She's like, I don't know how to feel. You know, what to do. Like, I feel like, you know, mentally, emotionally, like, Puppy's going to be in a very lost stage until she decides to be by herself and really work on her life. But the problem is, because she doesn't know how to pour into herself, she's going to stay in these toxic ass relationships, you know, just for a little bit of love, and, you know, to feel like, I don't know, like somebody cares for her. But let me tell you, bitch, Eric ain't the one to be with. He just disappear on that ass and come back and feel like it's okay in the way he talks to you too. Like, And that nigga stay high. That nigga's on drugs, okay? That nigga's on drugs. Shout out to DeMarie's mama, cause I like drugs. She thinks I like drugs. I'm on drugs. But yeah, so Amber, y'all know she found out she was pregnant. I missed last week's episode, but bitch is pregnant, okay? Pregnant. And old dude TC, when they talked about it, wasn't too like gung-ho about the idea of them having a baby, nor is he really on the idea of, you know, terminating the pregnancy either. But she found out she pregnant and she don't know what the fuck to do, because it's like, I didn't even know I could really get pregnant like that. And it's like, what the fuck? At your age, I think we would know, hey, I don't know if I can get pregnant, but let's not push it and allow this nigga to bust up in you. Like, I don't think that'd be the smartest thing. But she lets him know, you know, like, I'm pregnant. She hands him the 3 tests, and he was looking like, wait a minute, let me go get a drink. Boy, he poured all that damn vodka into that damn drink, that cup. And she was talking, he was like, just wait a minute. Like, let me sink in. So he was just distraught on the inside. He's not good with his emotions. So when she tells him, you know, like, yeah, I'm pregnant, but there's more, you know, I have issues with my liver. And basically the doctor told me it's the baby or you. And she starts crying and he don't know what to do because TC don't deal with his emotions well. He just basically shuts off. So he's like, I don't even know how to talk about this. I don't know what to do, but I love Amber. And so when she's crying, you know, I want to be there for her. Ultimately, these two make the decision to terminate the pregnancy. And it's so crazy because he one of them dudes who wasn't on board, but it's always like, y'all ain't never on board until like some way, somehow you got to be in a situation to have one. And he don't even really want to call it by its name, you know. He basically, he was like, well, you know, we got to do what we got to do. And it was the best decision. And I don't think TC really wanted a baby either. So it's just kind of like a blessing in disguise because that nigga didn't want no baby. But he can't say it out loud. He's like, well, you know, I guess we could have a girl. Amber, you know, literally the day that she was going to schedule her TCBY appointment. And shout out to Rodney. Shout out to TCBY. You know, Georgia literally passed that law about having, you know, abortions in the state. I didn't say the whole word, you know, some abortions in the state. So she had to go to North Carolina. Her friend Queen, that's a ride or die friend. She come with her and they got people, of course, outside, you know, just chanting, you know, you don't have to do this. And Jesus Christ, the power of Christ compels you type bullshit. She has it and she's emotional, of course. TC calls or she calls him and he's like burping and kind of laughing. And she's like, this ain't what I want. I want you to call me and tell me it's going to be okay. He's like, I don't even know what to say. And the friend was like, he's just being honest. She's like, I don't give a damn. She's like, I want somebody to come and let me, like, just make me feel better. Just make me feel better. And it's kind of hard for somebody who don't even know how to deal with their emotions to be there for you emotionally. So later on, they called each other and they just kind of like was like, you good? I'm good. I don't know how to feel. You don't either. Like, I mean, it hurts right now. She went to go tell Puppy, they met up at the park and basically, you know, Puppy came with the birthday gifts and everything. And at this moment, Puppy's like, something up with you. She's like, bitch, it is. And she lets her know about what happened. And Puppy, of course, feels bad because it's like, damn, I wasn't there for you. Like, you've been there for me in my shit. And, you know, she's like, I just feel bad. But she's like, girl, I don't even know what to do. Like, mentally, I'm just, like, I'm not there. I'm about to lose my shit. I'm about to break down. You know, like, I really feel like what happened with Amber was, she's like, I didn't even know getting pregnant was a possibility. Had I known, like, I would have been more careful. But it's like, bitch, whether, like, or not, like, let's not deal with the possibilities because, you know, you ain't want no motherfucking baby. But I think Amber, when she found out she was pregnant, as most women do, like, you think about the idea of, like, what the future could be with the baby. And I think that's what has her emotional because it's like, damn, I really could have had a chance to possibly have a child. And that's gone. Like, it's gone. And in choosing, you know, your baby or your life, you know, most people would choose, you know, their life. Which is why, you know, it's like, you little Bible thumping ass bitches. That's what I like to call y'all, Bible thumping ass bitches who want to sit there and be all Christian and whatnot. Like, I sin, you sin, we sin differently, but don't you try to condemn me for mine, bitch. Like, you sitting there going to a church with the goddamn, you know, Pope and priest is out there touching little choir kids. So I suggest you shut your ass up before we get to talking shit about you. But yeah, you know, the only reason, like, TC was for it was because of the situation, you know, and he one of them, like, anti-people of termination, but had to get it now, didn't you? Amber's just emotional, of course. Like, a woman having to go through something like that is a lot. So I can imagine, like, she just wants to heal and move on. Amber and Puppy just, like, promise basically to be there for each other. Update, Eric, their divorce finally finalized, and him and Puppy supposed to get married in 2023. Yikes. Last but not least, y'all, my girl Brittany, y'all. Brittany set the house on fire. I feel so bad for Brittany. I really, really do. You know, Marcelino, you was on some bullshit this season. You really were. She called you asking questions. You can't even answer the question. She's like, okay, let's go to therapy. You want to do some bullshit in therapy. Like, I knew from the get-go Marcelino was having a lost moment. You got your wife who's got a real estate license. You know, you are a poker player. Might not have been winning as much. You know, you staying at home. And so you lost yourself a little bit and wasn't feeling like no man. You know, that's what typically happens. But, you know, taking that out on Brittany isn't what you're supposed to do. You already being shysty, texting the friend behind, you know, Brittany's back. Now she kind of find out you was on the computer texting, you know, bitches and hoes trying to link up, texting the ex, messaging the ex. Like, he was doing a lot. And so when she's asking him questions and he's sitting there trying to play in her face like, I don't know what you're talking about. Of course she's gonna get pissed off because Brittany's like, I'm so understanding. And that's annoying too. Like, when you are such an understanding person and can hear what people are saying, like, you almost get pissed off because, like, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. But he comes in and she's sitting on the couch and she's like, Marcelino, I'm not in a good headspace, so I suggest you don't fucking lie. And he started with the line. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't do nothing. Like, and she's like, yo, what do you mean? She's like, I need to let me know now. Is there anything you need to tell me? Is there anything you're hiding? No, I ain't hiding nothing. Oh, really? You're not hiding the fact that you're talking to your ex? You're not hiding the fact that you sent a dick pic to Amber? Oh, really? Oh, really? And so now he's sitting there all quiet and stuff. So she's like, you know what? Fuck this. You know, you want to sit here and act like this? Act like this out my house. Pack your shit, get everything, you know, and I suggest you stay at the Four Seasons. Shout out to Beyonce. So she goes upstairs and starts hauling everything in trash bags, you know. She just, I feel so stupid. I lost respect for you. Like, I gave you my life. You know, the typical, like, 11 years I sacrificed. That's what she was doing. Brittany was pissed off, y'all. I really felt bad for Brittany. She breaking the pictures and shit because I think Brittany, like, when you just picture a life with somebody, it's like, damn. And you fucked it up because she's like, she called him. She was in the bed. She's like, was I just that bad? Like, was I really that bad? And he was like, no, Brittany, you know, I love you and everything. And she was like, he was like, well, she was like, yes, like, you messed up the family. Oh, yeah, that's what I did. Just put it all on me. Just put it all on me. She was like, well, I didn't deceive you. She's like, now I can't trust you, Marcelino. Like, what the fuck? So he actually ends up leaving. She packs up the house or whatever, you know, throws his shit out. A month later, you know, she decides she's moving to Florida. You know, Marcelino's mom is down there. The mom and sister are moving down to Florida. She's like, I need a new start. You know, as much as I love Marcelino, like, I'd be damned if I stay with a man like that, because I have more respect for myself than that. And that's such a hard thing to do, and knowing that, like, I love you, but I love me more. I love you, but I can't suffer for your ass. Like, I love you, but I got to let you go, because this ain't good for me, my nigga. So she's packing up, and she said something that I think is very true. She's like, I feel bad for Marcelino because he's gonna live a life of regret. A lot of men, y'all create these families, y'all do fucked up shit to the wife. When she finally get tired of it, she walks out on that ass. Then all of a sudden it's like, no, you didn't want to get your shit together, homeboy. And she's like, you know, he's gonna live a life of regret. Here he is all lonesome, you know, drinking his whiskey at the bar. And he's like, you know, Brittany has a right to be mad. You know, I did some shit, you know. He was deflecting. He was absolutely deflecting with all the shit that when she tried to address it, go to therapy, he was deflecting like a mug. And so that's why she knew, like, something is up, bruh. She moved to Florida, come to find out he moved down there, and they said don't get a fresh start. I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. Like, try to work on things for your family. Like, absolutely. And that was Life After Lockup, you guys. Man, this was a really good season. They got love during Lockup coming up, you know. Oh, shit, y'all forgot about Kevin and Kayla. Kevin and Kayla basically got back together. He's weary of Kayla because she cheated on him 8 years ago. And it's like, bro, if you're going to be with her, like, let that be it. Tiffany, she had her own little side nigga. You know, she's like, me and Kevin, like, we didn't even break up because were we really even together? She's like, I like this guy. You know, we do a lot of stuff together. And she's like, Kevin, like, he's never going to settle down because he don't know what he wants. And it's, like, kind of true. Kayla over there begging, what am I going to do, Kevin? I love you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I did all that stuff in the back, you know, and back in the day. But, like, we need to stop doing what we doing, Kevin, you know. And he's like, well, girl, like, I want to get with you. But, damn, every week it's like, shit, you fighting with me. Like, that make me want to go off and do what I'm doing. You know, can we at least have a month where, like, damn, it's good between us? So they basically called truce and was like, okay, if we're going to do this, I'm going to cut off, you're going to cut off, and we're going to do this together. I don't know the update on that. I think Kevin said he together and faithful to Kayla. He says. That's what they said. He says. I think he's still fucking other bitches with Kayla. I really do. And Kayla ain't going nowhere. Point blank period. She's enamored with the dick. Kevin definitely looks like he be dropping good dick. And she ain't going nowhere. It just is what it is. But Kayla, girl, so I know I was doing crazy things. You know, I was following him, trying to, you know, get my man back. But I'm going to stop it. Okay. Okay. But they together, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, y'all tell me what you feel about this season. Y'all make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And stay tuned for what's coming up. Bye.